Let's go. Narco like Pablo.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to get out of your car lease just like I did for free. If you're new here, welcome to Think Money with Benny. On this channel, I'm covering stock market investing, how to increase your monthly income with dividends, as well as sharing my stock market portfolio. Now, this video is sort of irrelevant to my channel moving forward, but it's important to tell the story because it shows how I got from point A to point B, from being in a situation that was stupid to now having a completely different mindset. Not only that, but I'm also hoping that this video helps someone under the same circumstance as me. So you want a new car and you do all of your research. After calculating all of your possible expenses, you decide to lease. You get to the dealership and you sign the contract for 2 to 3 years. Then for whatever reason, you don't want the car anymore. This is what happened to me and I'll explain how. So all of 2016, I saved and saved knowing that I wanted a new car. It wasn't until about May of 2017 that I went to a Mercedes dealership. Now leasing made the most sense for me because being my first car, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to commit to financing it and I wasn't going to drop $50,000 also to purchase it outright. So I figured worst case scenario, I can just hand it back in 3 years if I don't want it anymore. So this is what my monthly payments look like. First, we have the car note. Which was about $489 a month. Then we had the car insurance, which was $170 on average. Then I also had a monthly garage fee, which was around $290. Now the reason for the garage fee was because I live in New York City. It's prone to damage, people vandalizing. So who knows, one morning you walk outside, you go to your car and your bumper's all scratched up. Your Mercedes logo's hanging off, your side mirrors are all stolen. Didn't want to deal with that. So I just prefer to keep it in a garage and just pay the money and avoid having those types of issues. As well as parking. The parking situation was horrible. I mean, you could last a couple hours looking for parking on a bad day. So let's also add on the down payment I had to make when I first got the car out of the dealership. You know, it was a brand new car, so you have to pay that down payment, and as well as paying all of the dealership fees and registration and all of that, right? So that was around $3,500. Now let's also throw in repair for a tire. I ran over a pothole, so fixing that cost about $600. Breaking down the monthly expenses, I had the car for about 18 months. So if we multiply these monthly expenses by 18, you get a total of $8,802 for the car note. I paid a total of $3,060 for the insurance. And I paid a total of $5,220 for the garage. So when you add up all these numbers, I spent over $21,000 just to lease a brand new 2017 Mercedes-Benz. So right around that time, I've been watching a lot of Dave Ramsey videos on YouTube. So if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, he changed my mind about personal finance. I knew that if I wanted to start investing, I had to get rid of the car. So I started searching up on Google of ways to get out of your car lease early. The options were: number one, return the car, get hit with penalty fees, and still have to pay the remaining balance for the months missing. Number two, buy the car and then sell it. 3, exchange the car and get into a new lease with the same dealership. Or number 4, find someone to take over the lease. So out of those options, I had to try and find someone who would be interested in taking over the lease. So I'm doing research and I come across this website called Lease. However, at the time I checked, it cost over $300 to make an account, which I thought was crazy, and I thought they were taking advantage of people in my opinion. So I thought, let me check on Craigslist, which you can advertise for free, and see if anyone would be interested. So I posted an ad which looks something like this. Let's go ahead and take a look on the computer. Once on Craigslist.com, you search for the car model. In my case, it was Mercedes. And then you would write down lease takeover. This way you see some examples of people posting their cars online. And this one looks just like my ad because it's the same car I had, except it's a 2018. So here we have a Mercedes C300 lease takeover, and the monthly payment is $560. There are 3 photos. I added about 7 to my ad with some shots of the interior, and you want to make sure the car looks very clean and presentable. And down here you would write down the details of your vehicle: great condition, fully loaded, lease takeover, only pay the transfer fee of $500. And you want to make sure you include this piece of information here because you want that person taking over the lease to pay that amount. So now that you have an idea of what your ad is going to look like, you want to go back to the main page and start creating your post. And I got responses immediately after posting my ad. Once you get in contact with Mercedes-Benz Financials or whichever car company you are with, they'll handle it and you will go through the process, which took me about a month to complete. So after posting my car on Craigslist, I began receiving email after email with people interested in wanting to see the car. So I went with the most professional written email and took it from there. We set a date, we met, he liked the car, we got in contact with Mercedes, and they handled all of the paperwork necessary. I asked him to pay the transferring fee, which he agreed, and the rest was history. Getting rid of the car was a relief off my shoulders and an experience needed to get where I'm at today in terms of making better decisions. Sometimes we need to go through these sort of mistakes so we can learn how to do things the right way. So with that being said, stay tuned for my next video where I can begin getting into how I started investing in the stock market. I'm really excited about that, so make sure you subscribe, smash that like button if you got any value out of this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.